welcome to another episode of PDT Podcast, episode 10.
10.
The exciting episode 10, our 10th episode.
This is the July 5th episode.
We'll wait
the July 5th, the day after our America's birthday and the day before my sister's birthday.
Nice. Right in the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm. The day that people will always know.
As the 10th episode of the PDT Podcast.
No, I was going to say the day before his sister's birthday.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Also
I like
that.
but there might be a ghost 10th episode that will never see the light of day.
Which birthday? Sorry, which sister?
Ashley.
Oh, okay.
You guys have met Ashley. She was a guest.
You all know Ashley.
Anyway, welcome to the PDT Podcast, episode 10. Podcast where we talk about anything, everything, but mostly nothing.
Mostly nothing.
Nothing of substance.
Yeah.
As may have said before. I don't remember if I've said it before. It's because there may be an episode that doesn't exist.
Right. Maybe not.
Maybe. So, stories from the week. What's going on, boys?
Not much.
My family's in town, meaning my mom and dad and sister and grandma and dog from Jacksonville.
Sister and other grandma.
Yeah, other grandma and other sister.
Right. I was about to say other dog, but
I only have the one dog, and she's great.
She's a cask.
She's
of
a
dog.
cask of a dog, as it was. As
my
it was
favorite
said.
way to describe
She's a
anything.
bit of a keg at this point.
Yeah, she is a keg with legs and fur. She is
a big puppy,
just gigantic,
Also perfect.
morbidly obese, and perfect in every way.
She's precious. She's too precious for this world.
She, you know what? She's a mutt. She's had a great life. She's probably got a few more years in her, but I can't wait to eat her.
She should hang out with Jay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man, she would hate it.
Do you want to just, end her life now? Because that's what would happen.
I feel like Casey would probably not stand for it.
It's like when you put a really excitable toddler around someone who's old and senile.
Yeah. Casey is kind of a scaredy cat too. Like, she'd probably just sort of. Well, I don't know. Maybe
like a
Casey,
bigger version of
maybe
Daisy.
like old Casey doesn't give a shit. Maybe she'd just do anything. I don't know.
See, I mean, obviously you know your dog better, but I feel like your dog would probably be the one who sees Jay, and Jay bounds up to her, right? Yeah, and then she's like,
Oh, no.
She just sits.
I should go somewhere else. And then
yeah.
she just she just leaves and goes to a different room and just lays down, manages to lock the door.
That's
somehow.
probably accurate. Yeah, that's Casey in a nutshell.
That's sort of how she deals with some humans. So.
Yeah, it is.
That's how she deals with me. I don't think Casey likes me.
I think she might have just been a little bit whelmed.
Also, I see Casey once every 2 years.
Right.
So,
True.
not like she would know me. So that probably makes more sense.
It's funny when she got here, we set her bed up in the spot where we usually set Zeke's bed up, but Zeke is dead.
Zeke, R.I.P.
Zeke, rest in peace.
I'm really sad now.
Weird alien dog.
And so my uncle and aunt and cousins came over, and I can only assume the things that went through her brain were something like, "Oh, more people that like me, more people that are part of my people. That's good. Wait, where's the dog?" And then she thinks, "Wait, he's not coming. He's dead. Hooray!" They did not get along.
Where's that horrible alien dog?
Where's that really scary, terrifying thing?
That disgusting
terrifying
skeletal beast.
Yeah. Where's that corpse dog?
Corpse Dog. That's a good band name.
Yeah.
Corpse Dog.
Anyway, R.I.P. Zeke. Rest in power.
Were you about to say live long and prosper?
Something like that. I don't know.
Stay lit in peace.
Stay lit in peace.
Slip.
Slip, doggy.
Yeah. Rip in peace.
Do dogs go to heaven?
No, probably not.
I don't
Yeah,
think
probably
so.
not. Okay.
No.
Do they get rebirthed into... They probably don't. Do they hold a high enough consciousness to actually...
No.
No, if they would.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying...
Let's nip this conversation in the
saying,
bud.
do they have a high enough consciousness to even realize that they'd been reincarnated?
No.
Oh, no.
Right, that's my...
Which, I think...
The only animal that has valid, even almost argument for that is an octopus, because they're actually intelligent.
Yeah,
well, but they're also evil, so...
They're
That
evil?
doesn't mean that they
don't know.
can't, like,
They're alien beasts.
be rebirthed.
They are weird.
Yeah, I can. I mean, yeah.
I mean, supposedly, if humans get rebirthed, we don't even remember our past lives, which I don't think that's true, because I remember mine.
I would.
No, I'm just kidding.
I remember mine.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
you and Stephen Hawking over here would remember your past lives.
Jeez.
Wait, are you
I
saying...
was in rock.
This is why God punished me. This is why God punished me this way.
This is highly offensive.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Whatever.
to,
He's
like,
not
Stephen
listening.
Sorry,
Hawking.
Steve Jobs. Okay.
Steve of Hawking.
Steve of Hawking.
Steve of Hawking, we'd like to
Hawking.
we'd like to donate to the PDT podcast and sponsor us.
I love that that's a joke. We just offend somebody horribly, and it's like, Steve
Like,
Hawking, if you'd like to...
if you'd like to sponsor the PDT
PDT
podcast, email us at pdtpodcast@gmail.com.
All right, so next order of business. What's next order of business?
I mean, I'm sick
Other
this
stories from the
yeah.
week?
Oh, yeah, other stories from the week.
Yeah,
You
Graham,
tell yours.
Graham told his, and so he's like, "Well, I'm checked out." So
I usually go last.
That's fair.
That is true.
We usually do.
I'm sick this week and last week and the week before that. Maybe not the week before that.
On and off.
I think
But like, yeah, it's been rough. But
What color's your snot?
it was very yellow today.
That's
hey,
bad.
let's talk about something
That's real
else.
bad.
Let's not talk about
Man,
colors of
I
snot.
like blew my nose for like 5 minutes, like an entire 5
Straight?
minutes. Not like
Man, your lung capacity is amazing.
it was like I blew my
You
nose.
should play the tuba.
I blew my nose, and then it was like it was clear, and I could not color clear. It was
Right.
like I
Yeah,
could
you
breathe
could
through
breathe.
it, right?
Yeah.
And then I like just went, and then I felt something go into my nostrils.
You're
I was
like,
man, and so I blew my nose again, and I did that for like a solid 5 minutes, and I was like, what is wrong with me? Am
I don't
dying?
know. It's crazy, like how quickly your body can produce mucus when you're.
I've learned
Really
that in
bad,
recent
but
days.
yeah, you're right. Even if you're not sick, sometimes you're just
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Where's all this coming?
Like allergies, sometimes I'll
Oh,
wake
yeah.
up and I'll just be like, okay, blowing out a gallon of snot. All right, pause for 2 minutes.
take a bite of cereal.
Take a bite of cereal. Blow out another gallon of snot.
See, I hate the ones where you
And get dehydrated because
your
you're blowing
nose,
your nose.
your nose starts to drip because you're sick, but you're in the middle of eating something,
Ooh.
and so you have to try and breathe out of your mouth and eat at the same time.
And then if, and if
so you-
something slips out, you feel really dumb.
Like, ooh.
You're like, oh
sunny.
no.
So you, or like when you're chewing, and then your nose gets plugged up, and so you can't breathe through your nose while you eat, and so you have to be like,
I'm gonna have to. So right in there in that little spot, I'm gonna boost the crap out of that. Just like overdrive it so we can hear the. Okay.
but VBS was like last week,
Oh yeah.
and that was
sorry.
wild.
Children.
I think
Kids,
like
kids are bad.
Did you
think-
play drinking games with the kids to see how many you could drink?
no, I should have. Why didn't I do that?
yeah.
All right,
Wasted
kids,
opportunity.
This is vodka. Can somebody spell that with me?
Vodka.
Vodka.
And
VOD.
then,
Throwing up everywhere.
then Vlad stood up and perfectly spelled vodka.
Why, yes, my parents drink vodka all the time. So that was crazy. I think I almost died Wednesday morning.
Hell yeah.
Maybe Tuesday
Did you have a
morning.
heart attack?
No, I think I stopped breathing.
Oh, dude, do you have sleep apnea?
No.
Oh.
But I think it was like here's what I remember. I'm asleep. Then I feel my mom like smack the mattress because she walked into my room and just started hitting my bed, and then I go, and sit straight up like a zombie,
like a scene from the original Mummy movies, where it's just like.
If you've ever seen a match against Undertaker, he has this thing where he gets knocked down and then he just sits upright, and like that was me. I think either Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Yeah, it was great.
You channeled your inner Undertaker.
My inner Undertaker. My over-inner Undertaker.
I'm Mark Calloway.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
Hell yeah.
Beyond that, since I haven't been doing anything productive because my brain doesn't work, I've been playing South Park Stick of Truth, which is a 3-year-old game at this point. Yeah,
tight.
It's pretty great, actually.
I've actually never played it, but I've heard nothing but glowing reviews.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. When we start our PDT TV gaming, which we probably
our Twitch channel,
we'll just call it PDT Gaming. No, PDT TV Gaming.
Okay, that's PDT TV Twitch Gaming.
That's quite the mouthful. We should do a run through of Stick of Truth.
That'd be fun. I'll be sick.
Or they're doing the next one. They're doing the next one. Fractured but whole.
Oh wow, that's a good pun for South Park.
It's supposed to have
South Park. If you want to sponsor the PDT podcast, email Cartman69420@gmail.com.
Matt Parker, I'm sorry that you're in Despicable Me 3. Ooh. Or is it Trey Stone?
Trey Stone. Please don't email us.
Email Graham.
Mike Judge, please actually do email us.
Whoa!
I can do a mean Hank Hill impersonation, and I love your show.
All right.
I love King of the Hill. I can't really say that I love Beavis and Butthead because I haven't experienced it that much.
Give us your propane and propane accessories.
Can I just go blah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Blah!
10 out of 10.
Man, I want to buy propane.
Blah!
Man, you should be a propane salesman.
Propane.
You should just call people over the phone. Just do that, and then they'll be like, "Oh man, thank you, sir. I'll buy 10 tanks of propane."
I would like 5 propane.
Here's something that ties into my weekend. So I went to a music festival last weekend, which I forgot to mention.
What was it called?
Audio feed. If you want to sponsor PDT podcast,
email us at BigDick420.
BigDick420. They're a Christian music concert thing, so I'm sure they're going to email us.
Was it Derek Webb?
Derek Webb played.
Was John Mark McMillan
I almost
there?
said Father John Misty. John Mark McMillan was there.
Wait, really?
Yeah, John Mark McMillan was there.
I'm just spitballing names at this point.
John Mark McMillan, Derek Webb.
Third Day.
No, nobody that big.
Crowns.
Nobody that big.
Hell yeah.
I wish the
Nobody
Stephen
that
Curtis
good,
Chapman.
Yeah.
There were some tight metal bands that played. One called Grave Robber, who wore. It was kind of like Christian Guar, but not nearly as good. Or fun.
Boy, I don't know what that means.
They just wore masks and dressed up. And
I guess I know what guar is, but I don't know how that transfers into Christian.
He was like, I forget what he said. He was like, so he put on this voice in this. He had a sort of skull mask on, and he was like, "All I've got to say is that," he's kind of sounded like Batman, like Christian Bale Batman,
but like sickly.
"If Jesus can love me, I know he can love you."
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, he's probably right.
Yeah.
That's not how I would want to start a concert,
That's
but okay.
How it went. It was great. It was amazing. It was so much fun. But David Bazan played, and he got real edgy. He challenged a lot of the beliefs of the Christian crowd in there.
Nice.
It was great. It was. I love David
How
Bazan.
did he challenge the beliefs of the Christian?
He was like...
Did he like...
He literally said... so at the end, he'll do like a Q&A kind of throughout his set because like
interesting.
Oftentimes, I mean, he's very famously like sort of at the beginning of his music career, he was like in the Christian scene or whatever, and his band Page of the Lion I think was a Christian band, or maybe not a Christian band, but he was outspoken about his faith and eventually fell away from his faith, and so there was backlash about it, but he was always really open about talking about it, which is cool. And so we didn't really get into it too much at this show, or he didn't talk about it too much, but, you know, he mentioned, without saying any names, I don't think he's a very big fan of our current president, Never said his name.
I wouldn't know why.
I don't know any president. I didn't know we had a president currently. But
do we have a president?
No, we just had like a bunch of congressmen running around like apes.
Yeah, like apes with their heads chopped off, and also chickens.
Yeah.
Okay.
With their heads on.
Yeah, with their heads on.
With the ape heads on.
They're running around like a bunch of chickens with the ape heads on. But anyway, so at the end of his set, he was like,
"Man, what a nightmare."
He was like, "Yeah, I hope you guys' night goes pretty well." And he would, man, he was real salty. It was like in a really funny kind of. He was like, "Yeah, I hope you guys' night goes well. I hope the rest of the festival is really fun for you. Despite the fact that you completely ruined this country." On and on. It was like, boom!
Whoa, man!
That's really
It was
aggressive.
really hilarious. It was funny though. Like
Yeah.
it was obviously he was joking somewhat, but it was a little bit poignant.
But he was pretty salty.
Yeah.
Why is he blaming the crowd of audio feed
He was
for the
he was
Trump
blaming
presidency?
he was blaming
General
ignorant
Midwest.
conservative Christians for,
Oh.
but there was probably some subtext within the rest of his spiel that I didn't say, which
Sure.
anyway,
fine.
it doesn't really matter.
I mean, there's
Um,
a lot more people to blame.
But yeah.
I agree, but yeah, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, it is
Nice.
kind of funny.
Anyway, all that to say was
Audio
that
feed
it
was
reminds me of that whole weekend reminded me of one of my favorite Hank Hill quotes. And it's from an episode where Bobby
Was it? Wow.
ends up becoming really good friends
Wow.
with this
Hank Hill.
Christian rapper.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
don't remember his
Oh,
name.
no.
But eventually he invites
Mac.
Bobby, I think, to come up and do a verse at this Christian music festival, which I'm assuming was parodying the music festival Cornerstone, which audio feed is the little brother to Cornerstone. Like the Cornerstone doesn't exist anymore, but audio feed is like the smaller version of it, which happens now.
Nice.
And Hank Hill said it best, I think, when he said, "You're not." Oh, what did he say?
This was a lot of build up for you. Not
Oh
to know.
no, I've forgotten it. We're back to the back.
The Rock
What he said
has come back
was,
to the back.
yeah, I had to look up the exact quote.
Yeah, you call yourself a fan.
I said it was shameful.
Any real
Damn it,
Hank
Bobby.
Hill fan would know.
He said, let's see if I can do this. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Covers his face
whoa,
He looks
Whoa.
up and he is Hank Hill.
to come into the character.
propane. You're not making Christianity better, you're just making rock and roll worse. Which is...
With Christian rap?
Yeah.
What about, all those good Christian rappers?
Like agape? I mean, I'm sorry, agape?
Agape?
Oh, I hate that.
Man, it's not good. Agape. Man, that's really bad.
What about Toe Big Mac?
Tobe
Big
Mac?
Tobe of Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Or-
he's fun.
Actually, who's the... Lecrae is actually pretty good, though,
Lecrae
right?
is the exception to the rule of bad Christian rap.
Because he's actually a good rapper.
Is there one called KJ52?
I
Is
think
he
it's
any
because
good?
Lecrae was originally just a rapper,
Right.
but then he was like, I should probably do stuff that reflects my belief in
I
Christianity.
should do this stuff for Jesus.
Doesn't he, like, collaborate with Kendrick sometimes or something like that? Aren't they friends?
He's,
He's
friends with
a lot of people.
Yeah, he's friends with a lot of guys.
It's kind of
Tech
funny.
Nine
It's
pretty cool.
and him
I
grew
went
up
to
together.
this Christian conference called Chick.
Oh yeah.
And Lecrae was going to be there. He was going to be a speaker and he was going to perform.
Nice.
And there was this social media app for the conference where people could post pictures or post.
Can I ask why?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Because they used it for like announcements and stuff, and you could
Okay.
find the schedule on
That's
there.
a
And
legitimate
stuff like
reason.
that. Yeah. And it was the morning of when Lecrae was going to do the night session, and someone on the app posted, "Guys, Drake is going to be there tonight."
He told me about
Yeah, Drake is going to be there at this conference tonight, and so people like me went, No, he's not. That's absurd.
No, he's actually
That's
not.
great.
A, I don't want Drake to be here.
Yeah.
B,
He's just gonna cry.
Why
all
would
over
he
everything.
come?
He's just going to make everything really
Like,
Canadian
even if he's
all of a sudden.
Lecrae, he's just gonna put everybody in a wheelchair and make them be on DeGrasse. Even if he were here, even if he were friends with Lecrae, why would Lecrae invite him to a Christian conference? Like, there were a lot of questions I had.
It was pretty obvious Drake wasn't going to be there.
So, I posted on the social media app a correction to this saying, no, they meant Drake Bell is going to be there. Drake Bell.
Oh, man.
Drake Bell will
Bell
be at Chick.
At Chick.
And some people were like, wait, what? And I was like, I'm just going to let it ride. I'll let it ride. I don't... Of course, no one showed up.
And then Drake Bell was actually there.
Legitimately there.
Serendipitously, he was there.
And he's like, all right, I got to beep. Who's this guy, Torrin, who told everyone I was going to be here? It's supposed to be a surprise.
I would love it if in... God, where was it? Knoxville,
Drake
Tennessee.
Bell.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, this was in Knoxville?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been to that same conference.
It was at the University of Tennessee.
No.
Oh, okay. It's different.
Never mind. It's okay. I would love it if I had said that, and then Drake Bell's agent, and Drake Bell was in Knoxville at the time. He was like, "Hey, do you have an appearance at a college conference or something today?" Drake Bell would be like, "No."
He's like, oh shit, on my last bender I must have signed some contract or something. Yeah, I'll be there in 20, I guess.
Yeah. Then he rolls up.
And then he rolls up and he's like,
Hey,
Drake and Josh, right?
Do you want me to play that song I know?
The theme song to Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
That song I know, the theme song to my show.
To that show I was on. Anyway.
Dude, so Agi, when they performed, they sound checked. They were like, all right, is it cool if we just run through a quick song real quick, just to kind of make sure all the levels are right and stuff?
And everyone
and then it was like,
no.
1, 2, 3, and this boy meets world, this boy meets world, and it was the whole band was going crazy. It was awesome, man.
That's
It was
amazing.
great.
That makes me really
That was a
happy.
good show.
Yeah, that was good.
Way better than Drake and Josh.
Oh, infinitely better than Drake and Josh.
Though Drake
Yeah.
and Josh is actually...
I mean, Drake
It's
and Josh
pretty
had its moments. Not as good as Ned's Declassified, I don't
No.
think. Ned's Declassified
show was...
Yeah.
It was that moment of time where Dan Schneider, who's responsible for, like, The Amanda Show and all that, and Drake and Josh, and then he moved on to iCarly and all these other shows.
I mean, those shows did well.
Right.
Not because they were good, but because they seemed like follow-ups to all the other shows
Right.
that he had.
It was like... It was basically where Drake and Josh hit, like, our generation culturally. These shows hit a different generation culturally. Yeah. And so it was this... Because Dan Schneider somehow has the pulse on these things.
Yeah.
He just
and manages
knows.
to create these fantastic shows.
Do you think he's got like a weird like prison where he like holds all these kids and just asks them what they
Not
like?
a prison. Maybe like a camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
That somehow works.
An internment camp?
No. I will say somehow he manages to find people, like find child actors who become successful.
Right.
And then move on to other things. Except for
like Miranda
Drake
Cosgrove.
Josh Peck.
Yeah.
Of
in
School of Rock. She that was before iCarly.
And then she was
also
in
Drake and Josh, but
Drake and Josh, and then she was in
Yeah,
iCarly.
they kind of always become like minor celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sure they do fine for themselves.
Well, Josh Peck had a TV show for a while.
Oh, really?
Drake Bell was in the pants of Nickelodeon for far too long.
Right, well, that's true.
Right. What's her name?
Miranda Cosgrove.
Ariana Grande.
Oh, he found...
Oh, yeah.
What?
yeah.
That's a Dan Schneider show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, it was, what was it?
Like
Victorious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Victorious.
she was some side character on Victorious.
That's crazy,
Yeah, there was
man.
probably 5 characters in that
machine.
show that have all moved on to at least other shows or successful music careers.
And Victoria Justice was
Is doing music.
Was doing
Wow.
music and had like a
So
movie
you
or
have
two.
Both of them are doing music. You've got two of those people who are now doing acting in like successful TV shows.
That guy's got the green thumb.
He's like a wizard.
One of them skipped the acting phase and went straight to producing and is now producing a TV show.
That's tight. That's like the better thing to do anyway.
Yeah, I think he was one on that show that was supposed to be the nerdy guy, but instead he's just going to produce a bunch of TV shows because he's killing it. I'm just going to
be a good person and produce TV shows.
Well, and Ariana Grande is still on a show.
Is she really?
Yeah, at least she was with.
Yeah, she's got to make money somehow.
Yeah, it was the sidekick from iCarly and the sidekick from Victorious.
Sam, what's her face?
I
don't think. Well,
Jeanette
her name
McCurdy.
in the show was
Jeanette
Sam.
McCurdy. That's what it was. Yeah, Jeanette McCurdy, and then it was Cat.
Dog. Cat Dog. Yeah, I remember that show. It's a good show.
Yeah,
Cat Dog's doing pretty well these days. He's the one producing TV shows.
Right. I heard he was a co-producer of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Cat Dog. It says George R.R. Martin with help from Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.
We should talk about Nickelodeon shows.
I think we should stop talking about Nickelodeon shows.
Why?
I mean,
because we haven't hit all the good ones.
Oh, that's true. We haven't even touched.
We talked about the
ones.
stuff we don't care about. But we could talk about Ned's Declassified, then we could talk about cartoons.
All right, so Ned's Declassified, let's start there.
This is not where I thought this podcast would go.
Amazing. I love Ned's Declassified.
Can we take a brief moment to acknowledge Coconut Head as the real savior of humanity?
Coconut Head is like he is the everyman that Tom Hanks wishes he could be.
I think the thing with that show is that you could watch any episode, even like the first one, and still feel like you're being dropped in the middle of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because all these characters will walk around and be like, oh, it's that character.
Right.
And you're not like, who's that character?
Right.
You're like, oh yeah, no, that character.
They're just caricatures.
They're just people
just like,
inside
Coconut
a high school.
Head.
Yeah.
Or the kid who farts all the time.
Right.
And they have like the heat effect that follows it out.
Yeah. It's like, ugh.
You were like, oh no.
Yeah.
Right.
They're so vivid and so relatable.
It was
amazing.
like
And the vice principal?
extreme versions of a real high school.
Yeah. The vice principal is incredible.
God, I love that show.
Man, I gotta rewatch that show.
Yeah, there was an
I'm
episode
gonna hate
on
it now, but
my cousins were watching an episode, like a rerun of it, probably a
Nice.
few months ago, and I was like, man, this show slays. This is so good.
they were like, man, this show's dumb, and you're like, nah, boy,
This
show
is where
slays.
it's at.
I'll let you step up to the streets, to me, to Ned's Declassified.
I'm wondering what the actors are doing now.
Yeah, Mosby did
most of them
some
fell off
movie
the earth.
stuff.
Mosby?
Yeah, Mose. Remember Ned's
Yeah,
like sort of
Mose.
pseudo crush,
Yeah.
or like the true crush behind the fake crush.
Yeah, behind
Right.
Susie Crabgrass.
Yeah, Susie Crabgrass.
What a
All right,
babe.
so I found
she's
an article
so
on
babe.
where they are now.
Dude, where's Susie Crabgrass at? That's what
All
I
right,
want
I'll
to know.
scroll down.
Susie Crabgrass,
She's
if you'd like
probably
to
like-
sponsor PDT Podcast, just email me your number.
If you have money to sponsor PDT Podcast, I don't know what you've been doing. Are you like selling cars now? Because
I bet you she's got a successful B-list
So what
acting
her thing
career.
says is, after leaving middle school, she went on to play Angela Weber, one of Bella Swan's few human friends in the Twilight Saga.
Ugh, I'm
in 2011,
sorry.
she was in a
Career
music video
RIP.
for the Black Keys. Now she battles zombies as Rosita Espinosa on The Walking Dead.
Oh, she's in The Walking Dead?
And she's featured in the March 2015 issue of Playboy. It's a real roller
who
coaster,
is?
this girl. Susie Crabgrass.
Oh.
She was in The Walking Dead, and then a couple of years ago, she got into Playboy.
Susie, listen to me.
You're better than this. This is Michael Jordan.
I mean,
Stop it.
that's
Stop it.
the
Get
way
some
you've
help.
chosen
I'm
to
Michael
express yourself, and that's fine. But I'm just telling you that you have way more value than that.
I've seen you on The Walking Dead. You're killing it. Stay away from Playboy. So the question is, where is Ned after all these years?
Yeah, that's what
he
we
had
really
a
wanna
YouTube
know.
channel for a little while. I
Yeah,
think.
now he's a singer-songwriter who just dropped his first EP titled I Am in 2013.
That's
sounds pretty
bad.
Last
That's
month
real
we-
bad. Boo.
Yeah. Let's find out where Jennifer Mose.
See, when you said,
her real name was Mose?
Well, her real name was Jennifer. Her name was Jennifer Mosley. They called her Mose.
Right. Not Ted Mosby.
Oh, that Mosby and Mosley. That's right.
Mosby. Punchy. Anyway, where's Jennifer?
We gotta. I'm also. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that first. Yeah.
She went on to star as Kat Stratford on ABC Family's short-lived TV show 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh yeah.
She's also in Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
She played Paige McCullers, Shay Mitchell's love interest, until her character moved away to California in the show's season 5 winter premiere.
Wow, what a tragedy.
Sorry, Mose.
But what
Anything
is she
else?
doing now?
I don't know.
Probably not.
What about Cookie? That's
Cookie?
the real.
Yeah.
Cookie, that's the real.
He's
MVP.
responsible for my favorite GIF ever because there's this one where he's like, he's on like a toilet or something, and he's typing, but they like sped it up, and so he's just like. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, please
right
do.
now.
I don't know if I'm immediately familiar with it.
Unfortunately, Cookie's career hasn't gone too much further from Nickelodeon and Disney shows.
Dude, Cookie's a gem.
Because it says Lee, which is his name, made the leap from Nickelodeon to Disney right after Ned's and appeared in both Zeke and Luther and Good Luck Charlie.
I've heard of that show.
Yeah. You also might have seen him hanging out in the halls of William McKinley High School in a few episodes of Glee. So his career stayed the same and then got worse.
That's really good.
Oh,
Shit posting loudly.
If you send that to me,
awesome.
I'll put a link of that into the video.
link that in the comments or in the video in the description rather. So one of my favorite episodes was when he was trying to. What was his crush's name?
I don't even know.
Wasn't she sort of like Flemmy girl? She was the other
I know
nerd.
who you're talking about. Yeah.
The one who got hot in the middle of the show.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
He was trying to get close to her, and he would like cross dress. And
that's
one of my
right.
favorite things was him just like every scene he would exit as a woman, he'd just be like, "Bye." And I just loved that so much.
You still do it.
Yeah, you're right.
So, time for the real moment of this segment of our podcast. Where's Coconut Head?
Yeah, where's Coconut Head?
The hero.
His real name is Pinkston. That's his last name.
That's his last name? Okay.
Pinkston went on to prank celebs when he suddenly moved from Ned's to Punked.
Oh,
he also appeared on
Punk'd?
MTV's show with Nick Cannon, Short Circuits.
Keeps getting worse.
I don't know
In
if that's better or
2013,
worse.
he graduated from the Art Center College of Design with a Bachelor of Arts in Film Production. And now he's producing TV shows.
Okay.
But what TV shows?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I'm just going to imagine that his career, that he died after his...
Where's Janitor?
The channel?
He actually,
where's
I
the
feel like
janitor?
I've seen him in movies every once in a while.
He's been in stuff.
He's great.
Do you guys remember the super, not okay name, Evelyn Kwong? She was the Asian character.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean vaguely. Yeah.
I remember even now when I was older and I saw an episode and I was like, you can't call someone Kwong.
Yeah, let's take a step back.
There was a lot of gongs when she was around and it felt bad.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Dude, I feel like now that you said that, every time I imagine her walking in, it's just.
It's really not
Yeah,
good.
that's really probably not the best.
Where's
A lot of these people went on to be models.
Lisa Zemo?
That's further up here.
Yeah.
Which one was she again? I don't even remember.
She was the nerdy one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That Cookie was
Pretty
into.
sure
Got
she's
hot.
a model now, but
Doesn't surprise me. I mean,
Rachel
she had those
Sidner.
awkward years. And then
What
she-
about Missy Meany?
Well, I'm gonna read the
Missy
first one
Meany.
before we
She
go
was the
on.
blonde who, Ned dated.
Last
sort
time
of, for a
she
while?
last time Lisa Zemo acted was in 2007. Since then, her only interviews have included her saying she's excited about having a driver's license, and now she's just modeling. So
This feels strange.
How about the bully kid? What was his name?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He was like a real badass.
She's really
Wore a
great.
lot of chains and stuff.
I have no clue.
Kind of looked like a toe.
Jack Bauer or whatever. his
Jack
name was.
Bauer. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
let's
the
look-
one.
Jack Bauer.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It
it's
was,
not Jack Bauer.
Boomhauer. No.
Boomhauer.
Boomhauer.
Hey,
Man,
Mike
things
Judge, if you'd like to sponsor PDT podcast
Loomer.
again.
Loomer. It was Loomer.
Oh, okay.
Spelled
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That's good. I like that as a bully
Kyle
name.
Swan,
Yeah.
Billy Loomer.
Yeah.
His real name is Kyle Swan. Swan briefly appeared in 2002 movie Big Fat Liar. 2012, he got his BA in marine biology at the University of
nice.
California,
Way to
Santa
go.
Cruz.
Good
He
for him.
still
He's
probably
into
looks like
scuba
he's
diving
14.
and underwater photography, which, as you may have guessed, involves taking pictures underwater.
I would have never guessed.
What website is this?
I don't even...
IMDb?
MTV.
Oh, it's MTV.
Shut up.
He owns a photography company called Swan Dive Photography.
That sounds dope.
What about Missy,
Missy?
the real babe of the show?
Wait, which one was Missy?
She was the blonde.
She was the blonde?
Yeah.
I don't remember
Well, when I search Missy on this page, nothing comes up. So apparently
Well,
she's done nothing.
That's possible.
And pictures can show up on half of these. So
Let me find a picture of Missy.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what she looks
Vice Principal Krubs.
Oh,
Here we
yeah.
go.
How many
Krubs.
sunglasses
My
My
can
boy
you have?
Krubs. Yeah,
It's
he's
real
so
short.
good.
His real name's Mitchell. Mitchell most recently played the role of Bill on Parks and Rec. He also appeared in Big Time Rush, Modern Family, Switched at Birth, and Sweet Life on Deck.
Ooh.
So his career has stayed the same.
Was he not in Spy Kids?
He was.
He was?
Name at least 5 actors who weren't in Spy Kids.
Who weren't in Spy Kids?
Literally every actor was in Spy Kids.
I was like,
You're like, that's easy. Then you're like, Robert Downey Jr.
end of list.
End of list. Every other actor. Let's see. Tom Hardy, definitely in Spy Kids. You know what? Okay. I thought that Crabgrass was way hotter than her.
Hey,
She is
show me
hot.
this.
I feel bad saying about, you know.
I mean, either.
I'm going into let's go inside the mind of a middle school Graham.
I like dating boys.
I like dating boys. No, that's current Graham. That's just when I was beginning.
Gordy the janitor. Since Ned's declassified, our favorite janitor has been incredibly busy. His
she's
TV
married.
roles include Big Time Rush, Gamer's Guide to Pretty Much Everything, while his voiceover acting includes Phineas and Ferb, Fairly Odd Parents, American Dad, and The Loud House.
Holy crap.
And then it says follow him on Twitter.
I will not follow him on Twitter.
I mean, I'm going to look at his Twitter page.
Okay.
She's married to Scott Simmock. I don't know who that is.
So it's just a lot of like Fairly Odd Parents
off the table.
gifs. It's not a good Twitter page.
That's fine.
I believe we are beginning to run out of time here.
How long have we been going, in all honesty?
Looks like 50 minutes or so.
That's unfortunate. We've mostly talked about Nickelodeon
Ned's
shows.
declassified.
That's not bad in my eyes.
So, let's. What was the question from last week?
This is kind of weird. So I looked up who Scott Simmock was, who's married to Carly Casey, who played Missy Meanie in Ned's Declassified.
Okay.
And I don't know why it's weird, but they have a The Knot page for their wedding.
Really?
I don't know why that's weird to me. I guess because it's a celebrity.
Wait, what's the knot?
So The Knot is like if you were to get married,
Uh-huh.
you could get a The Knot page, and it's
Is it like a Wikipedia page for married people?
No, it's like a sort of digital guide for a wedding. So it's like
How to
this
get
is-
married.
No, it's like this is the registry. This is the
So it's just like a
invitation.
web
Here's
page
you can
for the
RSVP.
marriage.
Here's you.
Weird.
Okay, I think Jen and John had one of those.
Yeah, probably.
Man.
Or something similar.
Oh, they're getting married this year. There's
still time for me.
Oh my
or
gosh.
You. I don't
Me,
care.
you
I'm
could-
going after Crabgrass.
We could go to the wedding.
Dude,
Let's not.
let's show up.
Let's do
Where's
none
Where's
of
it gonna
that.
be?
RSVP.
SoCal?
Ah, darn it! I
I'm
can't
there.
find it.
I'm not.
Find
don't
my
got that
invitation.
money.
and I
wanna
wasn't.
Hey,
Our
before
wedding.
we move on to the question of the week, we'll do one other thing that's a little bit different.
Somas Count.
Was going to be about 5 to 6 different things. I'll cut it down to 3 because of time. I was going to list 3 different articles, and we'll see if you guys think that they're real articles or
Ooh,
fake.
nice.
I'm
I
cut
like
it down
it.
to 3 instead of like 5 or 6. I actually do have one inspired by Nickelodeon, which is not on purpose.
Oh, sweet.
But-
Serendipity.
I'll do that one first. Man found dead outside Miranda Cosgrove's house. Drake and Josh fans suspect Megan is to blame.
Are we supposed to say that if this is fake?
If this is a real or a fake article?
I feel like this is real, but it's probably like the publication is probably like MTV News.
Okay.
Or something you'd find on Snapchat.
I do have a fact prepared for each one, should you guys be on the fence. Whether or not
What's
you think
the
it's
fact?
Megan was not to blame. It's the least helpful fact I came up with.
I'll say it's true.
So this is fake. But the fact that a man was found dead outside Miranda Cosgrove's house is true. But I really wanted to say that Drake and Josh fans think Megan's to blame.
That's really good.
Okay.
The best lies have a nugget of truth.
Found a way. I found a way.
If you open up your blinds.
Ooh. Florida woman struck by lightning gives birth.
Dude, that baby's gonna be a superhero.
That baby is gonna be
guaranteed.
Superhero. Yeah,
It's guaranteed. Or like some sort of genius or aficionado or something.
That sounds real.
You look so pained by the fact this is real.
I can't. Florida sucks. Governor Rick Scott, if you want to sponsor this PDT podcast.
We don't want your money.
Please don't.
We can't.
I'll take it. But,
government-owned podcast.
I say it's real.
Okay.
It seems like something that would happen, I'll say.
This is very
In
real.
Florida.
Yeah.
I read the article. She
Florida.
was struck by lightning around 4:30 p.m. She was located and taken to the ICU around 5. Went into labor about 5:45.
Oh my god.
And the baby came out glowing white. They're like, this child has energy.
The baby came out holding a giant warhammer.
long
golden locks.
golden locks.
Yeah.
With the power
And a
of
beard.
Thor.
Just a full beard.
Went
His
home, her
first word
husband
was
was suddenly Odin.
Odin-san.
Odin-san.
Alright, last one. Man is paid to dry hump. Calls himself professional dry humper.
I mean, that would be the title.
Did this also happen in Florida?
I don't know where
That sounds like it would happen.
Actually,
in Florida.
What's the fact?
It's located in Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
In SoCal, I think that could happen. I mean, I feel like it could happen anywhere, but I'll say yeah.
You
Seems
think,
like
but for real, it happened
like
in
the
Southern
next
California.
evolution of like a stripper.
You feel like if it
something.
happened in Southern Kansas City, you'd be like, no.
Right.
If I said something happened in SoCal or Florida, you'd be like, yes.
Yes.
So
I actually might believe that it would be it would be real if it happened in Kansas because it would be newsworthy if it happened in Kansas.
Oh, but
Ooh.
not newsworthy if it happened in SoCal.
I feel like it
hot
will
take.
be like
We think very little of Southern California.
Right. Or very little of Kansas. I can't
think
tell
Southern
which.
California.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think Southern California has a low opinion of Southern California.
Yeah.
That's
probably.
very true.
But I think that if someone in SoCal walked up to another person in SoCal and said, "Did you hear this? I just found out there's a guy who's called the dry humper. He's a professional dry humper." I feel like people would be like,
all right.
"Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense."
Cool, I'm going to go buy some weed. You want to come?
I'm gonna go, be a.
So
I mean, okay.
this article is true.
We can cut that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
This article's true. He says what he does, his job is about the innocence before sex. I'm gonna call bullshit.
Yeah, I'm going to call bullshit.
Yeah,
on that.
I think
Why?
he just really wants to sit around and dry hump ladies all day and get paid to do it.
I mean, but
He's
who wouldn't?
one step away from prostitution.
I mean,
Actually, I would argue that is. Does
is
he?
prostitution.
Does it specify like whether either party
finishes.
finishes?
Arrives.
Arrives.
If you will.
It doesn't talk about that.
I'm glad.
I read the
it doesn't
article
talk
earlier
about
today when I was looking for
I mean,
really dumb articles.
I feel like even I don't know.
Let's
about that.
not go down this road.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw out one more because I think you guys will enjoy this. Actually, two more because we have time.
Can just do it. It's fine.
Timberwolves star gives out phone number during interview. Claims he only received 29 dick pics.
Only 29 dick pics.
The fact, Jimmy Butler gave out his phone number during an interview, saying this is after he was traded. To all the haters, go ahead and give me a call. My phone is in my back pocket. The number is 773-899-6071.
I'm going to send it.
I called this number earlier.
Oh, yeah.
He's already changed the number.
So it was true.
Well, at least that he gave out the phone number.
Yeah.
The headline
That's
is probably
dope.
not it.
Dude, that's actually great.
I really hope he didn't receive 29 dick pics.
Oh, I guarantee
that being
he did.
said, I'm impressed he only received 29 dick pics.
Yeah, from angry fans.
Chicago fans who were like, I can't believe he'd betray us by the general manager trading him. I'm going to send him a dick pic.
That'll teach him.
Yeah, because you sending a picture of your penis to another man makes him gay.
I bet that's pretty embarrassing for him to look at my penis.
it would be like unpleasant, but I feel like I would. It's a lot bigger deal to send your picture to them than to receive one.
Especially because he has your phone number and he like just contact the police and be like, hey, this person sent me a picture of their penis.
Can you be arrested for unsolicited dick pics? I feel like you should be able to be arrested, but can you? Actually?
I don't
the
think you get in
crime be,
trouble.
I
I don't think you
indecent
get
exposure,
arrested.
maybe?
Yeah.
But I think it's indecent.
You could probably get
exposure.
fined, yeah.
At least you'd be fined.
I want that to be a punishable offense. I do want it to be.
Well, it is a punishable offense.
But have you ever heard of anybody?
Exposure, I guess.
I don't know, but
I don't know how many people get unsolicited dick pics and then go to the police. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying
if I got an unsolicited dick pic, you bet you find me at the police station.
Yeah, I would actually.
I would just blow it way more out of proportion than possible.
Right, I would want to blow it out of proportion, and not because like I've had some female friends of mine like have received unsolicited dick pics, and in private they've just been like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And usually they're just like, "Okay, I'm gonna stay away from you. I'm not gonna even touch you anymore."
That's a good call,
and that's fine.
Good.
Or the dude will also be like, that was a big no-no. I'm going to stay away from you and hopefully not get, sexual harassment charges or something like that. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, but as a man, I don't feel like I would be particularly intimidated by that or feel like I was in necessarily any danger, and so I would just troll the shit out of that person and go to the police.
Oh,
yeah.
If you got an unsolicited dick pic,
I'd post it everywhere.
Disc pic.
I'd post it everywhere with the guy's name on it, saying
it'd be on
this dick belongs to this person. Here's his Facebook page. Here's his phone number.
In a middle school full of bullies, insane teachers, and gross school lunches, Ned Bigby, that's me, and my two best friends tried to do the impossible. Create a guide that will help you survive school.
Yeah. It's a perfect segue into the next article.
Okay.
That worries me.
Gay porn film accused of racism after actors have sex with a didgeridoo.
This is true. I heard about this. I don't know how I heard about this, but I did hear about it. There's a really clever name to the video, isn't there?
Didgeridoo me.
Yeah. I said really clever. I meant sort of clever.
And when I found this article online,
kind of funny.
I was like, this can't be true. So I was looking at the article.
I watched it.
Yeah. I clicked on the article. And it said, started off with a GIF, and it just said, "I'm going to didgeridoo you in the ass." And I was like,
dude,
spicy.
that's like the real life version of like, "Doctor, there's a problem with my body." What does he say after that? I can't even remember.
I was about to score in a big game.
I'll help you score.
I can help you score.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
You need 50 cc's of boner stat.
Got him. Real stubble. Really had to dig
We're
deep for
quoting
that
an SNL sketch. with Adam Driver, who's a saint.
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver. Still haven't seen it. Really want to see it. Heard it's great.
Gonna see it next week. I don't know if that's true.
I might
we
see
should
it.
see it.
If I have money, I'll
We
go
should
see
see
it. But
Question for the
We
week.
should see it.
yeah,
Question of the week. Question from last week was, if you could domesticate a wild animal or a less wild animal, and either miniaturize it to domesticate it, or not miniaturize it to domesticate it. Though we also talked about like doubling it in size, but that seems a little impractical.
Right.
So, what animal would it be and why?
I've got a serious answer and a very silly answer. Serious answer.
It could be extinct or endangered or whatever. Yeah.
Serious answer would be like a little cheetah, because it'd be like a really fast cat.
Yeah, it'd be
and
tight.
cheetahs are already really easy to domesticate. Silly answer is I want a giant raven.
Oh.
Because ravens like to pick up things that are shiny, and imagine the havoc that thing could wreak
That's some real
That'd
on
be
a
Dark
city.
sick. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I
Keep
think
just, like,
there is a
picking up
giant crow in
cars
Dark
and just, like,
Souls.
And carrying it away to a nest.
Man, that's a
Car.
nightmare.
That'd be
actually.
awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if it was just domesticated and be like, all right, go mess with this guy over here, and then they just go like steal his car.
About the cheetahs, I saw a story about how cheetahs are really nervous,
Yes.
and so when they get moved into like a new place, they're given therapy dogs.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. And
That's
so it's
so
basically
sick.
just like this cheetah hangs out with a dog until it's like old enough to be on its own and
Sounds
stuff.
amazing.
Yeah. Sounds super cute. How about you? Domesticate an animal.
I still am sticking with my first answer, and that's Velociraptor, because like,
It would be the new form of self-defense.
yeah, I mentioned this. I don't remember if this was in the Ghost episode or in the previous episode that actually
It was
exists.
in both, I think.
But like the NRA would become the NVA, the National Velociraptor Association, and
yeah.
You
or
could
actually
change
maybe
to
they were just
NRA,
maybe that.
and it could
NRA,
just
if
be
you'd like to
National
sponsor the
Raptor
PDT
Association.
Yeah, I guess
podcast,
you're right.
you can contact me at pdtpodcast@gmail.com.
Or maybe I would just start like a rival association.
To the NRA.
Yeah,
just a bunch
which
of
would be
velociraptors.
sick. Actually, that'd be
I have
great.
to imagine that'd be...
It'd be really hard.
we'd have to fight for Velociraptor control, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harsh.
No. I'm not.
We've
I'm
got
not.
Chris Pratt
I'm
on
not
our
fighting
side.
for Velociraptor control. I'm fighting for Velociraptor liberation here. Like free
So you
rights
just want to like
to
set them free into the
velociraptors.
city.
This is
No,
less...
or not for Velociraptors, but free rights for humans who want to enslave Velociraptors.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
I'm down.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
I wasn't
Like,
down when you
way
want to just
any-
throw velociraptors into the streets. I was like,
No,
that's a bad idea.
Can't,
No, no, no.
well,
What
but
could
I
go
mean,
wrong?
you can
Name
do
one
that,
thing
but
that could
like
go wrong.
it has to be on a leash,
I can't
like
think of one
concealed
thing that
carry.
would go wrong.
Except, aren't
But-
they Utah Raptors?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would be Utah Raptors.
Well.
The ones from Jurassic Park. Anyway, for me, I think I said giraffe, what I would miniaturize.
Cheetah.
That'd be cool.
And then regular size, I would do... I don't know. I'd miniaturize a hippo, too. That'd
Or
be-
like
that'd
a,
be sweet.
or like a
That'd be
big ass
dope.
kangaroo.
Big
Yeah.
ass kangaroo.
Gigantic kangaroo. I'd hide in its pouch.
So we're like
Yeah.
the baby ones, the size of a full grown
Dude,
adult.
it'd be really hot in there.
It'd be really humid.
really
yeah.
humid.
And if I get free Wi-Fi, I'll put up anything.
Free Wi-Fi in the pouch.
Next question. Question for this week. We won't do the one from the Ghost episode.
Okay.
We'll save that one. This one is, what song is your alcohol anthem?
So does that mean the song that makes me want to drink alcohol the most, or the song that I want to listen to most when I'm drunk?
The second one. The latter. What song, if you were to get really smashed, would you stand up on the bar and belt out?
Probably Spaceship Coupe.
You gotta give me a sec. I don't
Yeah,
know the
you do
name
that
of the
when you're
song.
sober, though.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Well, maybe
But
okay.
we'll talk
I'll
about
go.
this next week. We will finalize answers next
Yeah.
week.
I'll say Spaceship Coupe. Also, secondarily, "Run Devil Run" by Girls' Generation. It's a K-pop song. It's really good.
That's pretty gay.
I don't know, like any song by like T Swifty or Selena
Yeah,
Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
What was my answer? El Scorcho by Weezer.
Oh, that's a great song. That's a great one.
Also good. If
All
I'm
right.
gonna be more serious, it's gonna be a song like
We'll finalize it next week.
Two Phones.
I got two phones. Okay.
Dean of A.
Hell yeah.
So thanks for listening.
PDT.
We will see you next week.
It's been
for
primarily
episode 11. Maybe not
Donkin
next
time.
Primarily Donkin, Timmy.
Bye bye.